But not everyone is celebrating. That's in First City tonight at 8 here on RTE1. Right now, though, we're off to check in to Shortland Street.
She's just started early.
We should have refused her service.
Not your problem. She should be in rehab now.
Sorry, I can't see her making it.
There's a spare room at mine. You're welcome to it.
What is that you're wearing?
I found it in the bedroom. Why?
It's mine. Take it. Go!
Mum, what happened?
Leave it. In fact, just leave. Not until I know what happened. Was that some kind of accident? Did I do this when I was too drunk to know better?
All I did was trust the wrong man.
Whoever did that should be charged with assault.
Marvin was a lot of things, but he wasn't violent.
The guy that you met in rehab. All your phone calls made him sound like he walked on water.
Oh, that was Marvin, all right. My own personal saviour. He told me he could fix everything wrong with me, and some liposuction was meant to be the last thing.
And he botched it.
Which made me a constant reminder of his failings, so he left.
Well, we will take a case of medical negligence out against him.
Well, that won't stop the next man I meet from running a mile once he sees this lot, and I don't blame him. Who's gonna want me now?
And I nearly done right, but then I went left instead.
Straight into a giant mud puddle.
So, I made the save.
Oh, no, mate, it was beautiful.
Dallas is a good goalie too, but not as good as me.
Or as modest. Okay, as man of the match, you get to choose what's for dinner right after you've had a shower.
Yes!
So Harry had fun? Is he the only one that scored today?
It wasn't a date, but she agreed to spend time with me outside work, so...
So she's putting the problems with Dallas's up in the past.
I wouldn't go that far. And to be fair, if the tables were turned, I wouldn't be my favourite person either.
Still, looks like she can't resist the famous Warner charm, no matter how hard she tries. You better start planning a real date.
It's important to keep things in perspective. In my job, I see people dealing with much worse every day.
So I should feel lucky my looks have been destroyed.
Well, real beauty isn't about how we look. It's about who we are on the inside.
Oh, please. Save the fortune cookie cliches for someone else. You put on mascara to check the mailbox. And personally, I need to change the outside before I can even start to think about changing the inside.
Meaning?
Meaning rehab will be a waste of time if I don't fix this first. Why do you think I came to you?
My appearance medicine clinic.
Not that it helps me now that you've run it into the ground. I just want an end to this nightmare so that I can feel good about myself again. Is that too much to ask?
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to find out if surgery's an option. Chris Warner, he's a doctor at the hospital. He specialises in plastics.
Is he the scrummy one I met in the cafe?
He'd be seeing you for a consult, Mother, not a blind date. And you should know that if he recommends surgery, it won't be covered under the public system.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
The launch is tomorrow. What happened to next week?
It was Rachel's suggestion. She wanted to get things moving. I didn't think it was a good idea to say no. Did I make a mistake?
No. I'm surprised, that's all. But really, how much more prepared do you need to be?
That's what I thought.
Yeah. By the way, I had fun yesterday, and so did Harry. He hasn't stopped talking about it.
Snap. This morning, Dallas was signing so fast about headers and saves that his dad couldn't keep up.
Oh, I thought he was overseas.
He just got back from Tanzania. So on top of this food launch, childcare's going to be a juggle this week.
Oh, the joys of co-parenting.
We're getting on better now. For a while, we did the classic handover at the gate, trying to avoid a row, not always managing.
I've been there. Actually, it wasn't me. It was this unreasonable, possessive guy who kept showing up in my place.
He sounds very familiar. But Dallas loves his dad to bits, and that's all that really matters, right?
Absolutely.
Now, I better get on. Lots to do.
Okay, you'll call me if you need anything.
I will, thank you.
Hey.
Zoe, you remember my cousin and fellow surgeon, Isaac Worthington?
Yes, we met briefly.
How's the food makeover going?
Great, but I could always use another supporter.
Consider me enlisted.
I'll do that. I'll see you for coffee later, maybe.
I hope so.
What does that even mean?
Hey, one flat white, please.
You know I'm right here. Why are you pretending I'm invisible?
I'm not.
Where'd you sleep last night? Hunter told me that he chucked you out. You're such an idiot.
Look, Brody and I were having a few drinks. Things got out of hand. We didn't mean any harm.
Brody never does, but there's always trouble when he's around and he's never the one who pays for it.
Yeah, whatever. I hung out at an internet cafe.
All night.
Yeah, pretty much.
Instead of going to TK's.
Well, he doesn't want anything to do with me either. Not till I've apologized to Sarah, so...
So do it. Just swallow your stupid pride.
No. That's not fair. She should be saying sorry to me.
You want to know what I've learned lately? That life isn't fair and things don't always go your way. So you can go through life feeling sorry for yourself, or you can get over it and move on.
Yeah, well, I was trying to move on.
You still haven't worked out that running away is not the same thing. Okay, here's the deal. After your coffee, you can come back to my place. You can even stay tonight if you have nowhere else to go. But only if you promise to sort things with Sarah. Today.
So, what do you think?
Obviously, the liposuction sites became infected following the procedure. I take it you weren't given prophylactic antibiotics?
During and immediately after? No. I should have been, shouldn't I?
Well, it's advisable, but given prompt treatment, the infection should have cleared up in no time.
Except my surgeon, Marvin, my ex, took off, and it was a while before I realised what was happening back there.
Took off?
We had a bit of a tiff.
So, the infection took hold, hence the extensive scarring.
Just tell me you can fix it.
Scar revision is an option, but it wouldn't come cheap.
I won't put a price on my self-esteem.
Mum, be realistic. You're not exactly...
Thank you, Brooke. I'd rather hear from a more experienced, more successful doctor than you.
Annette, I would love to say that I could make this all go away, but in my professional opinion, you shouldn't have more surgery.
But why? Marvin was a cowboy, and Brooke says you're the best there is. I'm not expecting you to make it all go away, but I know you can make it look so much better than it does.
I can't at all guarantee that I can make this sort of improvements you're after. I'm sorry.
Mum.
Sorry, I know this is a bad time for her to get news like that.
No, better the truth than false hope. And she's a survivor. She's come this far.
Well, I'll have to go straight from work, but I might be a bit late. Well, Nugent will just have to learn to like it. I have to go. How's the food launch coming along?
It would be better if I could find Gerald. I need him to print off the menus, but he's not at his desk.
He's just popped out to check on Kieran. He should be back any minute. I'll send him your way as soon as I see him.
Better still, could you pass this on to him? The file is called Shortland Street menu.
No problem.
Thanks a lot.
Time for that coffee yet?
I'm just on my way to the wholesalers, but definitely later.
Excuse me?
That doesn't sound like a work thing.
No, it's not.
I thought I was picking up on a vibe at Zoe's the other day.
Early days, nothing to report.
But you like her?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, good luck. I hope it works out.
Thank you.
Can I come in?
If you have something to say, you can say it there.
Right. Well, I just came to say sorry. So, sorry.
That's it. One word and I'm supposed to welcome you back with open arms after all the hurtful things you've done.
Okay, I was dumb. I did some lame stuff that was pretty rough on you. But we both know I had my reasons.
Daniel, I'm your mother and I love you. None of this changes that, but if I let this go, I'm agreeing to be target practice every time life doesn't work out for you. And I'm not prepared to do that anymore.
Chris is one of the best in the business. He knows what he's talking about.
He did say there could be an improvement.
But he advises against surgery. He gave you a professional, ethical opinion. As a favour to me, I might add.
Well, you'd be the reason he was overly cautious. Another one of your failed relationships?
There are other ways that you can boost your self-esteem. Ways that you can afford, like a new haircut.
With ideas like that, no wonder your clinic went bust.
I'm just trying to help.
I've told you, surgery is the only thing going to help.
Right. How are you planning to pay for it?
Oh, it's obvious, isn't it?
Not to me.
You've put down a tidy sum to get me into rehab. You got back your deposit. That would cover the first installment.
You need rehab 100 times more than you need cosmetic surgery.
I thought my own flesh and blood would care about me enough to help me find happiness.
That is not fair. I'm trying to make...
If you make me go to rehab, you'll be throwing your money away. I'll come out hating myself just as much as when I went in, and we both know where that will lead.
Zoe.
Isaac, twice in one day.
I just wondered how you were getting on.
With the food launch, it's mad.
I meant with Chris.
Oh. He's been fantastic. Such a help. I'd never have made it this far without him.
Well, you know, I meant what I said. Consider me available if you need me.
Zoe, sorry, this menu launch.
Yes, come in. Thanks. I might call you.
I've been told the new food is on for tomorrow, but I've heard nothing about it, not since those early suggested menus. What am I meant to tell my nurses?
Okay, major communication breakdown, obviously between us. We all thought someone else was briefing you.
In that case, can you make the next handover in an hour?
I'll be there.
Ta-da! Hot off the press.
Oh, you're a star. Hang on. Grilled fish with wild rice salad, that's wrong. It's all wrong.
No, it can't be. There was only one file marked Shortland Street menu.
I must have saved an old version. Okay, I'll race home, get the file, get back here to brief the nurses, and then beg the printers to rush it through for me today.
TK. I apologise to Sarah.
Good.
So, can I come stay at yours now?
Well, hang on. How'd it go?
What?
The apology.
Oh, okay.
So not great?
Well, I said sorry. It's not my fault she didn't believe me.
Right. So the answer to your question is no, you can't stay.
But I did what you said. I apologise.
Yeah, and we both know why she didn't believe you, Daniel, because if you don't mean it, it's not an apology.
Well, I can't make myself, can I?
No, but until you make peace with your mum, you're on your own.
You called?
Everything's turned to custard.
Why?
I gave Gerald an old draft of the menu to take to the printers. Most of these, completely wrong.
So you pay extra for fast turnaround and then you're back on track, right?
Except I forgot to brief the nurses. I'm due there any minute. But I also need to make sure that this version of the menu is correct. I can't do both.
So you want me to talk to the nurses for you?
I had to ask. I know you're busy.
Nothing that can't wait?
The basics of the menu are in here. Do you think you understand it well enough to answer questions?
Let's see. The lamb tagine with quinoa is gluten and dairy-free. There is also a pumpkin and aubergine option available for vegetarians and vegans. Yeah?
Thank you. I bet it will carry weight with the nursing staff hearing about the new menu from the hospital's top surgeon.
My only condition is that we still have coffee soon.
I'd like that.
Imagine getting butchered by your own boyfriend.
She just wanted to hear him say that she was beautiful.
How bad are the scars?
Bad. Maybe she's right. Maybe rehab won't work if her self-esteem is still dragging along the ground.
I overheard you and your mother talking in the cafeteria. She has a drinking problem?
Well, it takes one to know one.
Yeah, it does. Do you want to hear what a fellow addict thinks? She should go to rehab and deal with the other issues later.
Well, I know I always feel better when I look my best. Maybe the scars should be the first problem to be fixed.
Though I'm not even sure that they can be fixed.
Even if they could, she'd move on to the next thing. Say a cat dies or her boyfriend stops returning her calls, she'll find another excuse to drink.
Well, that's a no to the surgery then.
Meg's not telling her.
Realistically, she'll hate you for it. But if you hang in there and force her to face up to this, then the day will come when she thanks you.
coming? I thought neutral territory might help.
Depends what you have to say.
Kinda. But first, I thought you might be a bit hungry. I got us an MS-friendly feast. This isn't easy for me, you know.
Neither.
I'm just trying to say sorry.
And you thought you could swing it with some gourmet treats?
Eh?
Honestly, Dan, I don't think that you are sorry, are you?
Then why did you even come?
I don't know. I thought there was a small chance that we could work through this, that we could both have our say and both listen, truly listen.
Well, I've listened.
You're still angry with me. It's like it's your default setting. I'm automatically to blame.
Yeah, well...
If that's the way you want it to be, then fine. I can't stop you. But I'm sick of arguing. It's not good for my health. Maybe it is time for you to strike out on your own. We don't seem to be doing each other any favours, do we? So what's in that hamper?
Same again, Sam. Whatever your name is.
We're happy to serve you something non-alcoholic, but that's it, I'm afraid.
How ridiculous. I've had 2 drinks.
Yes, 2 doubles, and another would make 6 standards in 1 hour, and I don't want to see.
Fine. Someone else will be happy to take my money.
Frankly, I don't give a toss about your money.
What a darling frog. I do hope I'm not underdressed for the occasion. Not at all. Anna Freeman. And you are?
I'm Callum Mackay, CEO of Shortland Street, and this is William Nugent of the Ferndale DHB.
Now, I just knew you two looked interesting.
Freeman, any relation to Dr. Brooke Freeman?
Actually, yes. I'm her sister.
Really?
No, I'm just being naughty. I'm her mother. But now you know where Brookie gets her looks from.
Indeed we do. Rachel McKenna, meet Brooke's mother, Annette.
Pleased to meet you.
Quite so. Aren't you the gentleman?
When you were a kid, you would have lived here if you could have. Do you remember that other little guy who was down here all the time too? What did he call himself?
Super Matt. Fighting forces of darkness in an old towel in his dad's snorkeling mask.
He was so sweet. But there was that time that those bigger kids teased him and made him cry, and you stood up for him.
One of those kids was mean. Thought I was going to get decked.
Same. But you stuck your little chest out and you said, "Hey, leave Super Matt alone." I was so proud of you.
It's been a while, huh?
I don't know, I was pretty proud of the way you were ready to step up and be a dad. I shouldn't have brought that up. We were doing well for a minute there.
I should have supported Laura. I wanted to, but I was too messed up.
It was a tough time.
Yeah, there was nothing I could do or say to change her mind.
So you got angry. It's totally understandable.
Yeah, but I got angry at you.
For supporting Lauren while she had a termination. And you're only doing this because you wanted to terminate me.
I don't sound like that.
You do a little bit. Who are you, Sarah? Are you my sister? Are you my mother? I don't know. I can't work it out. I'm so angry. Ah!
Stop it. That's serious stuff.
I know it is. And hopefully it's stuff that we can put behind us because, Dan, at the end of the day, you are my son and...
And you love me. Same.
What?
You know.
No. Or did you just say that you love me too?
Stop it, or you don't get any dessert, okay?
Hi. Are you looking for me?
No, actually, I came to see Chris to thank him for all his help today. Is he here?
I'm not sure. I'll find out. Funny you didn't call first. Not that I'm complaining. It's good to see you.
This is a surprise.
I'll leave you guys to it.
I thought you'd still be locking things down for tomorrow.
So did I, but I've triple-checked everything and I'm as ready as I'll ever be. I just wanted to thank you for all your help.
You're welcome.
No, seriously, if it wasn't for you, I'd probably be rocking in a corner somewhere mumbling about menu cards. So... I'll see you tomorrow, yes?
Of course you will.
Good night, then.
Yes, finally she's done.
So, we'll see you tomorrow for the new menu rollout, William?
Only got the email today. Keep that one under wraps.
Well, better to launch with a bang, don't you think? This will put Shortland Street ahead of the pack.
I guess we'll see.
Thank you for calling me.
Do you think you can get her out of here without a meltdown?
Do my best. Where's your bag? Why? I'm going home, and you're not leaving again until I walk you through the doors of that rehab clinic.
Oh, because you know best. You really are your father's daughter, aren't you?
Must do this. Could you do it later?
Your business went belly up. You can't keep a relationship to save your life.
Everything all right here, ladies?
We are just leaving.
And you always get what you want, don't you, spoiled brat? You know you're the reason my marriage is over.
Dad went bankrupt. He left us both high and dry.
Now, why did he go bankrupt? Why did he feel had to lie and cheat and defraud our best friends? To keep you happy, that's why.
That is not true.
Oh, Daddy, can I have this? Daddy, can I have that? Selfish cow. You think we could afford 100 grand for your stupid 16th birthday party?
I never asked for that.
Of course you did. You drove your father to ruin, you destroyed our marriage. If it wasn't for you, I'd still be with him. I'd have a husband, a house, everything. I wish you'd never been born.
That went well. We'll be back on our rounds in Shortland Street tomorrow at 11:45 here on RTE1. Meantime, medical matters and more mindful issues are to the fore next when Al takes on the case of a homeless patient in Doctors.
Imagine